Okay, welcome back, my friends, to beautiful Flagstaff, Arizona, where we've got some obvious snow on the ground here. Do not adjust your screens. You are seeing correctly. We are on the bike. So does this mean that we're officially taking it out of storage? Well, I guess so. I guess that's what it means. I went for a run this morning. A nice long run, and the sun was out. I was shedding layers. It felt wonderful. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get the bike out of storage because dang it, it is glorious outside. So that's what we're doing. We're out. We're de-winterizing. The bike started right up, zero hesitation. The fuel stabilizer ostensibly worked well. Lubed the chain a little bit, adjusted the mirrors, checked the tire pressure, and within 10 minutes we had it fired up and out on the road. So that's what we're doing. That's where we are. Welcome. I'm so excited. I will say where we're headed, just haphazardly, we're heading down 89 towards Sedona. Now, I thought maybe what we could do is pop into the lookout, the Vista spot up here, which is this beautiful place that you can roll in and look down into Oak Creek Canyon. And then, if we're feeling particularly daring and saucy today, I might just zip down the switchbacks and make my way down towards Sedona, where it will assuredly be 10 to 15 degrees warmer. It would appear that our overlook is open. Yep, 9 to 4. What time is it? 3:30. Okay, so we don't have much time. You guys got to see some of those really nice views from the lookout, and I've decided, yeah, let's take a little spin down the switchbacks. I know I point it out every time, but just up there on the top of that mountain there is Harding Point, one of my favorite places to go ride to. And despite it being a quarter mile away as the crow flies from where we are, it is really far to get to by road. You have to go all the way around, and it's like 15 miles or something from the highway over here. It's so close. I've camped up there. It's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning, and you can see down to these switchbacks. It's just gorgeous. I don't think I'm going to go all the way down into Oak Creek, but I think I'll probably go down to Slide Rock, which is when you start getting into the sort of red rocks of Sedona. Classic views. You wouldn't know it. You know, we're less than 10 miles from that, but yet you look around and it's like you'd think this was Colorado or something. All pine trees and snow, and then you get down there and you're like, what just happened? Did I go through a portal or something? If you've been watching some of my videos for a while now, you'll definitely know this stretch of road, and this will all be very familiar to you. But if you're new, first of all, welcome. Thanks for checking out me rambling along here on my CRF300. But if you're any bit at all into the geosciences, I hope that you get a few giggles out of this channel, because that is what I do when I'm not riding motorcycles. I'm a geoscientist. I'm on the faculty at the university here. I teach a whole slew of classes. If it's geoscience related, I'm kind of excited about it, except for geochemistry. I don't like chemistry. Don't tell the geochemists I said that. I'm definitely more of a physics person than a chemistry person, so I'm down with the geophysics, not so down with the geochemistry. At any rate, yes, so I do interject quite a bit of geoscience content when I can. I wrote a book recently called Treks to Nowhere, where I talk a lot about some of the strange and unusual places that I've been over my decades of exploration, and there is definitely a subtle, maybe not so subtle, undertone of geoscience. Already you can see there is no snow anywhere. All gone. Completely gone in just a few miles. We're already getting into a different climate here. We've got different trees, different geologic formations, very clearly like these beautiful red rocks. That's the Schnebly Hill Formation. There it is. Look at that view. I love it. Oh man, I just love it. Gorgeous. Man, it was good to get on the bike and come down here into beautiful Sedona. Late afternoon. The bike is just performing beautifully. Love it. You have no idea right now that it's winter. It's just gorgeous. Man, that's gorgeous. Another great example of the different geology. You've got the red sandstone right there, and then you've got the limestone up behind it. All right, my friends, we are about to get some cider. Let's do this. Well, guys, I've got some very sad news. The cider place is closed. We missed it by 15 minutes. Oh, man, that's such a bummer. I was so excited for that cider. That's okay. That's okay. Man, that would have been such the culmination of a great ride. Sit down outside there and sip on a hot cider. It'll have to wait for another day. It's funny how this bike is really starting to feel like more like an adventure bike now that I've got the windshield on it and I've got the crash bars on it, and you know, it just feels more and more like essentially like the rally, and I guess that was kind of what I was going for. But it goes back to that point I made in the video of why I decided to buy this bike instead of the Rally, is because, you know, I could really build this bike how I wanted and without all the excessive plastics. And as it sits right now, the only thing this bike is lacking is the larger fuel tank, and right now that's not been a problem. So we'll see if when I take some longer trips, if that becomes really frustrating and motivates me to want to put in the Acheruby's larger tank. But for now, I'm good. Yikes, temperatures are starting to fall, so I definitely want to get home here shortly. Thankfully, we're only about 15 miles from home, so we're gonna make our way up these twisties, which are always fun. I love zipping around these. Climb our way back up to 7,000, observing the beautiful outcrops along the way. We are in the sun. Now that feels good. Nice and warm. Jeez. To lower my sun visor here. Another beautiful view up to Harding Point up there. And there we are, right back up onto the plateau. 7,000 feet, and there's our beautiful snowy peaks in the background. So I suppose it's a good time to sign off, and if you've made it this far, kudos. I've been rambling quite a bit, so I appreciate you just hanging out for this podcast style of ride, I guess. But I think I'll sign off and just say thanks for joining me on my inaugural ride of the season as we cross into the town of Flagstaff right here. There you go, there's the welcome sign. And hopefully we get out tomorrow and several more times as the weather starts to warm up. I've got quite a few big plans for this year. I'm planning to do some of the AZ BDR, possibly planning to do the Crooked Raven Waypoint Rally again, which, by the way, I just Did a whole podcast episode about that if you're interested. Treks to Nowhere is the name of the podcast if you're interested. It's we're well into season 2 now, so I encourage you to go give it a listen. And yeah, so we've got that. We've got at least 1 if not 2 trips up to Colorado where we're gonna do some 14ers. We're gonna just do some really fun riding. I'm probably gonna bring this bike and pick up some saddlebags for it, kind of turn this into like a little mini adventure bike. So we'll see how that goes. Not sure yet. I might take the Himalayan. And speaking of the Himalayan, of course, I've still got my plan to try and do the Bun Burner ride, which is the 1,500 mile saddle sore ride. Have no idea how that's gonna go, if it's gonna go. Just if I'm gonna be able to last that long on a bike. Oh man, knowing how wrecked I was after the 1,000-mile ride, it does have me legitimately scared to try and attempt that ride. Yeah, but hey, what's life without challenges, right? Get out and do some adventuring. There's the mountains. Look at how beautiful those babies are. Gosh, I love coming back into town and seeing that view. One thing that I did forget to mention on this entire ride is where I've been. So you may have noticed that I've been kind of quiet on the channel as of late, and that's mostly because I've been doing a lot of running. This is the time of year that I like to rebuild my fitness and kind of rebuild my just base mileage, and I've been doing a lot of races. I ran the Black Canyon 100K 2 weeks ago. That was a really fun race. Did pretty well. Not quite as well as I did 4 years ago, but I did decent. Much better than I did last year. And then I've got a few other races coming up that I'm excitedly gonna tell you about as they get closer. So that is the story for now. All right, guys. Take care, be safe out there, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.